Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to start a trading brand and also all the trading creators on your For You page are doing behind the scenes. And we know, because we've actually helped these traders scale from 0 to 10k, even up to 15, 300k a month. And no, we're not selling anything, this is a completely free source. So please take out a notepad and pen, make a few notes, because if you're a trader who wants to actually start a trading brand and monetize your audience, this video will probably be the most free source you're going to get anywhere on YouTube. So please actually listen, remove all distractions, and without further ado, let's just get straight into it. So the first thing to actually understand is that trading has changed, right? It's no longer just about being profitable, it's actually about being profitable and also having your own trading brand. You need both of these things to then actually get your dream life. And we've seen this happen over and over again, but the people who actually have both of these things end up actually living the life that you're trying to live yourself, right? That's for a number of different reasons, but the main one obviously is you've got that second stream of income. You've actually got financial freedom, right? You're no longer reliant on just your trades, so that pressure gets lifted, your trades actually become better, and you're actually able to enjoy the life that you want to live, because that's the whole point of trading as a whole, right? You want to be able to have that location freedom, that time freedom, and actually do what you want to do. So how do we actually get to this point? Obviously, you need to be able to trade and also have your own trading brand. So actually starting a trading brand, how do we go about that? So first of all, picking a brand name. What is your actual brand name going to be? Is it clean? Is it easy to remember? Is anyone already using it? It's important to understand that there's no point in trying to pick a name that someone's already got. And does it include your actual real name, right? If you're able to encompass your own name as well, this will help you a lot later down the line because it just adds to authenticity. For example, if your name is Blake Riches, for example, right? It could be NQ Blake, it could be Nasdaq Blake, BR Trades, Blake Trades, Blake Riches, Blake's FX if you trade Forex. And the general rule here is to make it not too long, easy to remember, and try to just have letters. I know that's quite hard to do nowadays, but don't have a bunch of random characters or numbers, because that just won't help you later on the line, and it also just doesn't look clean or professional at all. Don't overthink it too much though, and just focus on actually just picking something and just sticking with it. You don't want to change it every other day, because then people won't know who you are. So pick something that works, something that fits you as well, and just run with it. And from there you got phase 2, actually picking your sub niche, right? Because we know that you trade, but what is it that you actually trade, and how do you trade it, right? So is it futures? You trade Forex? You trade meme coins? You trade options? Are you a quant trader? Trade news or crypto, right? What is it that you actually specifically trade? And also, how do you trade? Are you a scalper, day trader, an intraday trader? Do you do swing trading or reversals or continuations like I used to do, right? What is it that you specifically trade? And you don't want to try and niche that down as much as you possibly can, because if you focus on every type of trading, you end up connecting with no one, right? It's important to be actually specific and not just try to focus on trading as a whole. You want to actually be specific on futures, for example, and let's just say continuations like I did myself, right? Focus on specific things, and then you can actually numb down your ICP, and it just helps you a lot. And then phase 3, avoiding the bucket. This is so important, because if you don't avoid the bucket, you're pretty much screwed, right? For example, pick something that makes you look better than 99% of trading gurus, right? For example, I have real payouts as proof. I've documented everything since day 1. I show you my top step dashboard every day, right? Something that makes you look better than all other trading gurus. And avoid getting put into a bucket with the typical gurus, right? At all costs. That's because authenticity is king, and if you end up in one of these videos, it's pretty hard to climb back out of it, and it's pretty much wraps. And also, if you're not actually profitable, do not try to sell anything, because it just backfires instantly. And we don't work with anyone who's not profitable, and this is exactly why. So, for example, do you show real results, right? Have you got actual payout proof? Or are you showing a journey, for example, if you haven't got to that point yet, right? Showing a journey is one of the best ways to actually nurture your audience, to then later on be able to upsell them to a low ticket or even high ticket offer. So for example, all the way from day 0 all the way to day 100 to day 300, right? You're showing your payouts, or you're trying to show your progress towards a payout, and this obviously builds trust. And from there you got phase 4, your actual content strategy. So you know what you're posting, but how do you actually post it, right? So on Instagram, this is quite important, but actually we'll get into Instagram in a minute. But first of all, trading content ecosystem, right? It's important to understand there are multiple different platforms that you can choose, but the most important thing to understand is not to choose TikTok, alright? And I did the exact same mistake myself, but TikTok does not actually exist, right? TikTok views are not real, and these will not convert later on down the line. So please focus on Instagram and YouTube. Yes, I've got TikTok on here because it does help with getting traction, which is obviously the important thing to do at first. So if you're going to use TikTok, use it for the first few months, but then you want to funnel over to at least Instagram and YouTube, because this will help you a lot more later down the line. And also, Instagram is pretty much TikTok, but you can actually nurture people on there, right? You can't do that on TikTok, and you can actually build a portfolio on Instagram. So, short form content, IG Reels and TikTok, obviously to get traction, bringing cold leads. And on Instagram, you can actually nurture those leads through IG stories, CTAs, story sequences, all these different mechanisms, and actually build a portfolio. And from there, you've also got your long form content, which is really good for conversions, especially YouTube. If you got able to post like trade recaps every day, 10-15 minutes long, someone was to watch all that for like 2 weeks, they were really warm leads, and then you can upsell them later on down the line. And this is why it's an actual ecosystem, because chances are if they get to YouTube and they for some reason don't end up buying something from you, they just get sent back to the top right, and they just carry on seeing your short form content and carry on in this kind of system, this ecosystem. And then from your actual long form content, they then get pushed down into Discord, but this goes with Instagram as well, right? You want to actually try funnel everyone down to your free community. So the three main apps that you want is Instagram, YouTube, and then Discord as well, or like a Telegram, something like that. And then obviously TikTok is like a side thing as well if you want to do that. And then obviously going more in depth into Instagram, you got your free Instagram pillars, you got your reels, stories, and actual posts. Reels are there for growth, stories for actual nurturing, and then posts are there for credibility, right? And you need all three of these to actually hold your trading brand up. So the reels, right? Reels are there for growth, and they're the main driver of reach. They get shown to non-followers, and they bring in new traders. And this is where most of the time on IG should go. There's no point spending loads of time on IG stories, because those are mainly just for your people who are already watching your content, right? Not people who you've never met before, or someone who's not actually watched your content at all. And you've got your actual stories, they're for nurturing, and just keeps your audience that you've already got actually engaged daily, right? Be more personal, more raw. Don't spend too much time thinking about this, and you just build connection over time. And this is where trust is formed, right? You're perfect for CTAs as well, polls and story sequences, which we'll get into a lot further down the line. But this is just also really good to just actually nurture people. From there, you've got posts, which are going to be your main credibility driver. And you should really just look at it as kind of like a portfolio, right? All these different pictures that shows you're legit, and not just for growth, but just for perception in general, right? Because if you've got like no posts at all, people really won't trust you and really won't see that you're actually a real person at all. So obviously you need all three of these stacked up together. You got growth, nurturing, and credibility. And all these are really important to actually build your Instagram for your trading brand. So from there, we've also got your YouTube content ecosystem, right? There's two different platforms I want to focus on, YouTube and Instagram. Obviously TikTok as well. But on TikTok, you can just post whatever really and hope you go viral, I guess. So on YouTube, the 3-step YouTube content ecosystem, you got a top of funnel again, which is just going to be sort of like your one candle scalping strategy, or 1 minute scalping strategy you need in 2026, or this 1D pattern nobody talks about, right? These kind of videos, probably the videos that you first saw before when you actually got into trading, right? These videos that are highly focused on just getting views and just getting traction in general. Content focus here should be on easy to understand topics, high click potential, and attention grabbing, and should be for like your under 6-month trader, right? Someone who's quite new to trading, or someone who doesn't know much about trading at all. And the content angle here should be like flashy thumbnails, titles, and you can just do those in Canva as well. If you really don't know how to do like good thumbnails, just do it in Canva. Basic strategy breakdowns, and just perfect for beginners, right? You can show a few payouts and just lap a bit as well, right? A bit of lapping is completely fine, especially the trading scene. Just don't overdo it. And these videos should be like 10 to 20 minutes long. And then from there, you've also got middle funnel, which is going to be, you know, how I use SMTs, or more sort of actual theory work, right? The truth about being a profitable trader, sort of mindset, psychology videos. And this is where you actually filter out all these NPCs and actually focus on nurturing the people who already actually want to trade. So the content focus here should be on building authority and trust, and really just focusing on your intermediate trader, right? It's starting to provide more value, and this is going to be again like a 6 to 12 month trader. And the content angle will be more specific trading concepts, psychology videos, mindset videos, trading strategy breakdowns, and just day in the life, right? So trade recaps are really good for this section as well, and just kind of nurture your leads that you've already got. And these videos want to be like 15 to 30 minutes long. And then you've also got the bottom of funnel, which is going to be obviously trade recaps, how I made 2K in 1 minute trading Nasdaq, 18-year-old does 75K in 1 month day trading, like student interviews, and obviously backtesting sessions are also really, really good. Backtesting sessions, probably one of the best ones for getting those minutes in as well. And these are going to be your serious people, right, who are actually going to convert later on down the line. Content focus here should be specific or niche to your trading. You should be able to show payouts or proof of concept, because if you can't actually trade yourself, then I mean, you can't actually convert anyone there down the line. Mention your Discord. Should be very educational focused and just dialed in traders in general, right? And the content angle here is obviously going to be trade recaps, deeper psychology vids, student results from your Discord. Obviously, this is one of the best ways, right? You need testimonials. So opening up a free Discord is so important, because anyone who posts, for example, a trade win from the day, you can use those as leverage to actually show people that you know what you're talking about, right? If someone posts in your Discord, you can leverage that. Those are your results pretty much, right? So it's really important that you do this. And then you can obviously post backtesting sessions as well. Like I said, you can obviously bang out like 40 minutes straight just there. And obviously long form content is much better. And again, it's going to be 20 minutes to an hour long, except for like trade recaps, so you can bash those out for like 10 minutes. But the concept's still there. And obviously, all of these get funneled down into your free Discord, because it's going to be your real sort of leverage mechanism later on down the line. So, how does it actually look like for the actual person themselves, right? So first of all, discovery stage, right? They find a broad trading video and they click it because it's relatable or stands out, and they get some value, and then they subscribe. Simple stuff. And then from there, they watch more content. YouTube pushes more of your content, and they watch multiple videos, and they start seeing middle of funnel videos, and then you've suddenly got them hooked, right? It's going to be your sort of warm leads. And then step 3, it's going to be building trust, right? They start understanding your approach to trading, see consistency in your trading. For example, you trade recaps, and they start seeing the bottom of funnel content as well. And then the trade recaps build more proof and more trust. And from there, they obviously join your Discord, where they watch deeper content. Again, you can post trade recaps in there, you do giveaways, stuff like that. And then they see your free Discord, they join, and they're ready to get upsells. So when you actually got like a certain amount of people in your Discord, you can upsell them to then a low ticket, high ticket offer. Primarily high ticket nowadays, because low ticket is terrible, to be honest with you. But obviously it depends how you want to do things. And how does it actually connect with Instagram, right? So we've already gone over Instagram and YouTube separately, but how do they actually work together? Obviously Instagram brings in short form content, which just brings people in, and then YouTube focuses on actually building that trust and that authenticity, and then the free community obviously pre-sells them, so then when you actually want to go and start monetizing your audience, you can do that. So you've now positioned your audience ready for monetization, right? You've got your Instagram and YouTube working simultaneously side by side to actually build a strong audience. Then in phase 5, the actual roadmap for you, right? This is exactly what I want you to do if you're trying to build a trading brand on YouTube, for example. Right, phase 1, first 10 to 20 YouTube videos. Focus mostly on top funnel content, reach, and consistency, right? Focus on actually posting consistently, right? Say 1 or 2 videos a week, and just do that consistently. And if you can do that, then you can move on to phase 2. But focus on obviously top funnel content. We went over this briefly. It's going to be sort of your, 1 minute scalping strategy, stuff like that, just to get your name out there. And obviously the goal is to get your name out there and just find your audience in general, and just try to filter out people from like third world countries that were just not worth your time. Phase 2, first 20 to 30 videos. You're going to be balancing content more. You've got psych videos, more mental videos, you've got trade recaps coming through. You're starting to show more depth in general, right? And the goal here is to just build trust and then show Discord wins as well, right? You want to keep this audience actually engaged and really show them that you know what you're talking about. And then phase 3, your first 30 plus videos is going to be a consistent mix of content. Your system should now be routine at this point, and it should be growing your Discord as well, right? Your focus shifts from just growing your Discord to actually scaling and optimizing how you do things. And you want to look into actually offering mentorships. And this is obviously where you want to be ideally. But obviously, don't expect to just grow to 10k followers overnight, and focus on staying consistent. This is the most important thing. Key takeaway here, stay consistent. And if you do want us to actually grow your trading brand and scale you up to first 10k or 50k a month, my IG is in the description. So if something you're actually interested in, shoot me a DM.